Yo, welcome to V's CHH playlist. Rocking the new Mercy 365. Just came in. I'm excited. Anyhow, want to talk to you guys about they're shutting, for the state of California, they're shutting Governor Newsom has decided to shut down the state again. And in that, they're shutting down the church again. People, if you let these people do this to you, you let them shut your freedom down, you're not going to have your freedom. It's just that simple. You're not going to have it. The whole putting a mask on, it's just to silence you, and the social distancing to keep you 6 feet apart is because GPS wise, you can't be located if you're within the 6 feet, if you're closer to somebody else. So if you don't see the game, you just never gonna see it. You want the one world order. It is what it is, but that's where you headed. That's where you're headed. If you guys want it, go ahead and usher it in. It's on you. I just warn those that want to be warned at this point. That's all. When you think about it, they want to talk about all these cases, that they get. It's funny because, well, we do know that the mortality rate is way down. But the thing that I want to really mention is that, because it's been proven, not in just California, but Illinois and other places, but most people that die of another cause, it doesn't matter, like if you've been shot or whatever, if you've been tested for COVID, they call it a COVID death. So you got to think, man, when they're playing games like that, how many people have been a casualty of COVID when that wasn't really the reason for their death? It's a flu. I can't even give it power to call it a virus. It's a flu. And it still killed less people than the flu. So, yes, it was man-made. We know that too, which should make people think, because people say, oh, well, the president ain't trusting this, this doctor that's been around for 30 years and this and that, the scientist that's been around for 30 years. And it's like, dude, there's lawyers I don't trust that's been in the field for 30 years. There's mechanics I don't trust that's been in their field for 30 years. There's pastors I don't trust that's been doing what they've been doing for 30 years. Like, that has nothing to do with it. How long your tenure in doing something. That's how we get caught up in the first place. It's getting caught up with people's tenure. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with their agenda, with what they want to happen. That's what it has to do with. So stop getting caught up with CNN and these people telling you about these professionals and how long they've been doing it, and don't trust this person and this and that. AOC, Bill Mayer, and a whole bunch of people have already agreed that it's cool to shut the economy down. It's cool if people are hurting, losing their businesses, jobs, and this and that, just to get a Democrat in office. So if that don't tell you that something is wrong there, that they willing to do whatever they got to do to cheat, because that's cheating. They willing to cheat, do whatever they got to do to get a person elected, man, then you just will never get it. You'll never get it. You'll never want to see it. So if you're cool with being lied to and, and betrayed by people that you feel like you could trust, and sources, media sources, and this and that, man, go ahead and bring the one world order in. That's on you. As long as I'm on the right side, it's all good. Anyhow, I wanted to touch on that because, like I said, like for the church for the true woke ones, the church, which I know, who they are as well. You got to stand up. You got to stand up, because if you stay silent on this, there will not be a church. there will not be a church. You know, they don't just want to strip the church, but they're going to eventually after that tell you how to operate your church. You know, they're going to tell you, they're going to give you rules and guidelines on how to do that. So, you know, man, if you don't believe that you bringing in this globalism, and you don't believe that, you know, this socialist enterprise they're trying to bring in, you believe that's a good thing and all that, man, go ahead and have at it. Do you? You know, but you know, because I made a post earlier too. It's like, how many socialist Americans you know that are rushing to get out the country to go to a socialist country? It ain't. They don't. They gonna stay right here. Regardless of all this rhetoric they trying to feed you, they gonna stay right here. They ain't going nowhere. So anyway, man, this ain't even gonna be a long video. I just wanted to just touch on that, because church, we gotta stand up. We gotta be effective. And, you know, if it's going to jail, whatever it may be, that's just what it's gonna be. You know, they can't arrest you all. And, you know, if we protest like everybody else is protesting, then they can't stop that. Legally, they can't stop that. It's a protest. So, I mean, it's coming to a point where we just going to have to protest and get it on. So, you know, there's people that ain't going to feel this because they're afraid and they're in fear, and they want the new one. They want the one world order, you know? So, yeah, you know, as far as like trying to listen to these professionals and this and that, you know, have discernment in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't trust a Dr. Fauci who is cool with Melinda and Bill Gates. Like, how could I trust him? How can I believe him when they want to depopulate the world? Said it openly. So how could I trust a Dr. Fauci? It don't make sense. Listen to him for what? I mean, sure, he probably knows what he can do to make things better, but he's with the wrong people. So, I mean, his intentions aren't good. Common sense. Has nothing to do with his tenure, how long he's been doing what he's been doing. As a matter of fact, because you people don't know your history, if you go back to your history and look at Dr. Fauci, he was doing foul things way back, like in the 80s. With the Bayer companies and things like that. Like his name has not been good these whole 30 years that you claim. But guess what? You don't know because you're just repeating what CNN tells you. Anyway, I'm good, man. So anyway, man, church, stand up. You're gonna have to start protesting. Protect your rights, protect the religious freedom, because it's ours. And not just for just Christians, but that goes for any you know, religious organization, like regardless if you Muslim in this country, if you whatever, you know what I'm saying, don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, protect your religious freedom, because that is an amendment, you know what I'm saying, and you have a right to protect it. It can't be taken from you. You know, we're back at phase 1 again, which is crazy. We're back at phase 1 minus that we can have outside activities. That's not minus, plus we could have outside activities. But other than that, we're back in phase 1. So we already know about California anyway. We know that Gavin Newsom is related to by marriage, but he's a nephew of Nancy Pelosi. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know all this. So, I mean, it's just a big scam. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know it's a scam. You know, I mean, I know y'all don't want to believe it, a lot of you, but, you know, once again, I only talk to the people that's on the fence, you know, so that they can go do their due diligence and research and find out what's going on for themselves, you know. So, once again, because, you know, we hurt and we suffer for a lack of knowledge. So, anyway, man, I love you. Just wanted to tap in on here. And my title, The Church is Still Essential, period. Don't let that be taken away from you. In Jesus' name, peace.